What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh. The pot calling the kettle black.
You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress too.
Is it true that you turned the 12-carat ring into a pair of earrings?
Yeah.
He's very romantic, and he's like a big teddy bear. Yeah. And see, I know that side of him, and he's very sweet and very kind and gives the best hug.
Was he in love with you?
Very much. I mean, I think that the reason why it's haunted me for such a long time is I found out later that he wanted to propose to me. So that's why.
Right, okay.
50 Cent just won't let this drama with his ex Vivica Fox die down. He's still out here throwing shade, and this time he's clowning her for getting a little BBL at nearly 60. Vivica's new curves have been blowing up all over social media, and like clockwork, as soon as her name starts trending, 50 Cent pops out of nowhere. At first, he had folks thinking he was feeling her new look. Some even thought he was low-key thinking about doubling back. But nope.
Oh no, because I let her lick my ass, she thinks I'm gay.
Out of nowhere, he switched it up and came for her hard. He started saying her body looked all messed up from the surgery and claimed no man was gonna want her like that. But Vivica? She don't stay quiet for nobody, and she fired right back. Not only did she defend herself, she also dropped a bomb saying 50's on the DL and wouldn't know a real woman if she smacked him in the face. Whew, things just got real messy fast. These two exes are back at it, and it's giving spicy. Now, let's be real. Vivica getting some work done caught a bunch of folks off guard. But hey, she's grown, it's her body, and she can do what she wants with it. Still, people were definitely side-eyeing the transformation, and 50 clearly couldn't keep his opinions to himself. This whole thing is turning into a wild back and forth, and honestly, it's hard to look away. Vivica's always been that girl, classy, fine, and holding it down. Her body was already fire, which is why folks were extra stunned when she popped out with a fresh BBL. No one saw that coming. Now, let's keep it real. People have been low-key talking about her looks these past few years, and honestly, a lot of it makes no sense. Folks keep comparing her to how she looked in her prime, like during Kill Bill, which dropped all the way back in 2003, not 2023. That was over 2 decades ago. So yeah, of course she looks different now. Vivica was in her mid-30s back then, and now she's pushing 61. Ain't no shame in that. Bodies change, faces age, it's just life. But even now, she's still holding it down and serving looks. So imagine the surprise when she popped out with her brand new snatched figure. She debuted the look at a meet and greet in Houston while promoting her hair brand. And baby, the internet lost it. The timeline went into meltdown mode. Why? Because it's not every day you see a woman in her 60s pulling up with a fresh BBL. Sure, we've seen some older celebs get a little tweak here and there, a facelift, maybe some Botox, but a full-on BBL, that's rare. Usually, that's something you see with women in their 20s or 30s, not someone who's been a Hollywood icon for decades. Naturally, fans had thoughts. The comment sections lit up with stuff like, look, I support people doing what they want, but sis gotta chill. She already looked amazing for her age. She didn't need all that. Whether folks are loving it or questioning it, one thing's clear. Vivica got the people talking again. This whole situation got folks yelling, where are the elders that act their age? Because some are saying Vivica out here living like she's still 35, and not everyone thinks that's a good thing. People are calling it risky, even embarrassing for a woman hitting 60 to be doing the most like this. And of course, 50 Cent just couldn't resist jumping into the mix. He slid into the convo with a slick little, wait, let me see. At first, folks thought he was throwing shade again, but then he hit us with, who said I was spinning the block? Man, I ain't gonna lie, that booty was good though, I think so. So now we're like, wait, is he flirting or what? Is this softcore flirting or is he just being messy like usual? People started wondering if 50 still had a little something for Vivica, like maybe the door wasn't fully closed yet. But just when you think he's gonna play nice, boom, he flips the switch and turns back into the petty 50 we all know. Out of nowhere, he starts clowning Vivica again. He dropped a video showing her body from a different angle, and it had people side-eyeing hard. Her figure looked way different from what she'd posted on Instagram. And right at the end of the clip, he added one of her flawless IG pics, obviously edited up with filters and some heavy Photoshop. It felt like he was setting her up on purpose, trying to get her roasted online, like he knew exactly what he was doing by throwing the unedited video side by side with the glam shots. That move was cold. But let's not act brand new. Every celeb touches up their pics, filters, lighting tricks, all of it. Social media ain't real. And 50, he definitely knew that, which means this wasn't a random post. This was a hit. 50 knew exactly what he was doing when he threw that photoshopped pic next to the real video. He wanted people talking, and not in a nice way. But Vivica? She ain't the one to mess with like that. Word on the street is, Vivica wasn't even shocked by 50's latest round of petty behavior. According to someone close to her, this is just who he's always been, spiteful for no reason, throwing jabs just to stir the pot. She sees his shady comments as straight up vindictive, and now she's threatening to stir up some serious mess if he doesn't chill. And knowing Vivica, if she says she's about to cause drama, she means it. These two are wild with it. They've been broken up for over 20 years, but they still find ways to come for each other like it's fresh beef. Let's not forget, when it comes to going toe-to-toe with 50, Vivica don't flinch. She knows exactly how to match his energy, and maybe even one-up him. Their history is full of passion, drama, and non-stop back and forths. It all started back at the 2003 BET Awards when 50 saw her and got hooked instantly. He even said, "I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress too." That line went viral before viral was even a thing. Fast forward just a couple months later, and boom, they were arm in arm at the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards, making it official. No more rumors, no more whispers. They hit that red carpet like, yeah, we're that couple. And they were both in their superstar prime. 50 Cent was on fire, dropping Get Rich or Die Trying and stacking up a jaw-dropping 12 million in global sales. He was unstoppable. And Vivica was right there, shining beside him like a Hollywood queen. Back in the day, Vivica Fox was that girl in Hollywood. She was racking up blockbuster hits like Independence Day, Set It Off, Soul Food, Two Can Play That Game, and Kill Bill. She was unstoppable. And while she was killing it on screen, she was falling harder for 50 Cent behind the scenes. They were the ultimate power duo, soaking up the spotlight like it was made for them. Vivica was glowing, and 50? He was treating her like royalty. For a hot second, they were everybody's couple goals. And get this, word is 50 was so into her, he was even planning to pop the question. But instead of a jaw-dropping 12-carat engagement ring, Vivica ended up with a pair of earrings because he got mad. Yup, just like that, 50 pulled the plug on the proposal and switched up the whole vibe. Talk about petty! Their fairy tale turned into a disaster real quick. One little shake and it all came crashing down like a flimsy house of cards. Privacy? Forget about it. Even back then, these two couldn't breathe without it hitting the headlines. Every move they made was front-page gossip. And let's be real. A relationship under constant spotlight pressure? That's not love, that's chaos. Oh, and that age gap? Yeah, that played a role too. Vivica was in her late 30s, grown and seasoned. Meanwhile, 50 was just 26, still fresh out the gate. And let's just say, his maturity didn't exactly match his fame, but the real drama? 50 couldn't keep their business off the streets. If there was a mic, a camera, or even someone just listening through a window, he was running his mouth. Private moments, he turned them into headlines like it was his side hustle. Vivica was not here for that circus. Who wants to feel like their relationship is a reality show?
Relationship didn't work out, but the press lasted a lot longer than the relationship did. So, I mean,
why do you think the press does that? Why do they like vilify the woman? Because when I read that stuff, I was like, it's so ridiculous.
No, it wasn't the press. It was him.
Oh,
No, it was him. He was like, she's exploiting me. She's trying to use me for, to get publicity, and which was so not true. I was about to be in a film with, Oscar-winning actors, and I've been acting for years. But, I just considered that ghetto love. That was his way of dealing with the breakup.
At 27, you'd hope he knew better, but clearly discretion wasn't in his dictionary. Between the zero privacy, rushing into the spotlight, and 50's loudmouth ways, this relationship was pretty much doomed from day one. It went up in flames faster than a firecracker on the 4th of July. 50 started feeling like dating Vivica was softening his tough guy image, and instead of handling it like a real man, he dipped. But did he have the decency to pull her aside and talk things out face to face? Nope.
It was like a huge learning lesson for me. You know, it was the first time that I went public with the relationship that I should have maybe taken the time to get to know him.
With 50 Cent?
Yes, Curtis.
Vivica found out she was single by turning on the radio. Imagine just minding your business, flipping through stations, and boom, you hear your man basically announce you're not together anymore. Straight up foul. That has to be one of the coldest breakups ever. But it gets worse. He didn't just leave her in the dust. He ghosted her completely. No call, no text, no we need to talk, nothing. Just vanished like a magician. And then he ran his mouth like he was on a gossip tour. Instead of being respectful, 50 hit the streets talking reckless, airing out their relationship like it was free promo. And the wildest part, he had the nerve to say Vivica was using him for clout. Like she wasn't already a whole star before he even blew up. Vivica wasn't about to let him drag her name through the mud without swinging back. She wasn't here for the lies, the disrespect, or the cheap shots. She made it crystal clear she's not the one to play with. And when she claps back, she doesn't miss. Vivica came back swinging hard, shutting down all that noise and calling out 50 for the clown behavior. She wasn't gonna sit there and let him run wild with the narrative while she stayed silent.
Man, my love life is great.
So like the first time though when Vivica gives you the go-ahead and says you're gonna get naked in your bed, is it awesome?
Yeah, man, it's exciting.
Are you able to hold out a long time?
No.
Is she loud in bed? Like, does she make a lot of noise? Does she make a lot of noise?
Nah, she doesn't make a lot of noise.
She doesn't? She dumped you or you dumped her? Be honest.
Okay, I ain't calling no more.
Oh, really?
I have to stop calling.
Really?
Well, what happened?
She told you to stop calling?
Nah, I stopped calling. I feel like her people were taking advantage of the situation as far as her publicist was concerned.
They were using you for publicity.
Good for you.
Nah, they couldn't have been using me for publicity because then, you know.
In a way, you're the hottest thing out there.
Yeah, but in then it would be, then we wouldn't have been together intimately.
Vivica didn't waste a second shutting that down. She made it loud and clear. She never used 50 for clout, and she definitely wasn't about to let him drag her name through the dirt just to stay relevant. If he thought she was gonna roll over and let him play with her legacy, he had another thing coming. And 50, he didn't stop at shady interviews. He took the beef straight to the booth. In his track, Get In My Car, he threw some serious shade, rapping, "My game F with a B brand until she thinks she wife." He spent her life savings in a date cause she likes me. Commitment from me? Nah, not likely. Went out Vivica, I thought I was on or something. But then next week, nah man, it was nothing. He basically made it sound like Vivica was just another fling and that he was never really in it. Public humiliation on wax, and for Vivica, that cut deep. She later said the whole thing was heartbreaking and straight up embarrassing. But then, out of nowhere, his team reached out to hers, and just like that, they were back on the phone. Vivica's birthday was coming up, and for a second, it looked like maybe they were about to patch things up. But don't get it twisted, 50 still had more mess in the tank. Being the master troll that he is, 50 came for Vivica again, this time while she was working on the hit show Empire. In an interview, he basically blamed her for the show's drop in ratings, but he didn't stop there. He said, "There are 3 million less viewers who tuned into last night's Empire episode. Did you watch it? We couldn't take the extra gay stuff or celebrity stuff." That comment set the internet on fire. People dragged him up and down social media for it. But instead of backing down, 50 just brushed it off like it was no big deal, saying, "Must be a slow news week." Now 50 really crossed the line with this one. He went on a wild rant saying, "Now she thinks I'm gay cause I let her lick my ass. Wait, I didn't want her to. She forced me and my hands were tied. 50 shades of gray? Like, what?" That statement had the internet in shock. But Vivica, she wasn't letting that slide, not even a little bit. Sis clapped back hard. She posted an old behind the scenes pic of 50 in full makeup, looking real soft, and hit him with this caption. "Tell you what, 50 Cent, since you keep on telling that lie, I challenge you to go on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live with me, and let's put this to rest. That never happened and you know it, Queen." That episode never aired because he clearly didn't want that smoke. Vivica was ready, and 50 knew better than to step into that arena with her. Now, we could go back and forth all day about these two. They've got a history of throwing jabs for no reason. But here's what's clear. Vivica can be messy, sure. But when it comes to 50, he's always the one starting it. He's the one out here poking at her, clowning her new body, and trying to act like the tough guy. Let's be real. He only switched up after fans started pointing out how thirsty he was acting. One minute he's hyping her up, and the next, he's posting shady videos to get people roasting her online. Real mature, right? Well, according to someone close to Vivica, she's done playing with 50. She's warning him loud and clear to keep her name out of his mouth. And get this, apparently, she's still sitting on some major dirt, allegedly. So if he keeps pushing, he might end up in a situation way messier than her BBL. Bottom line, these two are the messiest exes in the game, and we're all watching it unfold in real time. But what do you think? Is 50 wrong for coming at Vivica unprovoked? Do you believe Vivica really got receipts ready to drop on him? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.